My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of The Studio Season 1. And I love great comedic TV shows. The only problem is that there's not too many of them. Like, I love Seinfeld, The Office, Parks and Recreation, How I Met Your Mother, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I might be missing a couple, but I can't think of too many others. But as someone who really enjoys Seth Rogen, I was really hoping for this show to be great, and it delivers. This is the best new comedy show in quite some time, so let's begin by talking about the cast. And the cast to this show is huge. There are so many fun cameos throughout, so just a heads up, I will be giving some of them away here. But Seth Rogen himself carries this show so incredibly well. He just did everything that he needed to so perfectly, and I love how often he falls down here. It's a very slapstick performance at times, and he just nails it. Then we've got Ike Barinholtz, who I've always liked as an actor, and it's nice to see him shine here. I thought he was very funny and entertaining whenever he was on screen. Then we've got Catherine O'Hara, easily her best TV show of 2025, but she really stands out here. She could have been a forgettable side character, but she brought plenty to this character. Catherine Hahn is very much a caricature here. She is bigger than life. She is loud, but she does a good job at it. Chase Sweetie Wonders does a pretty good job as well. Bryan Cranston is not in this show too much, but he still stands out enough. But then we've got Dave Franco. And I do find it funny that he's in this show with Seth Rogen, because Seth Rogen used to always work with James Franco, but then they split. So I guess Seth is working with his brother now. Just a little weird how that has worked out. But I do like Dave Franco as an actor. He's great in 21 Jump Street. He's great in the Now You See Me movies. But this is his best work yet. He's primarily just in the last 2 episodes, but holy shit, he is hilarious. Like, give him every award right now because he just steals each and every moment. He is so over the top, and he's just utterly hilarious here. Then we've got Zoe Kravitz, who is also quite great here. I like how her one performance in the Golden Globes episode makes her feel more human, but then we also get her showing off her more comedic tropes in the final couple episodes. We've got Ron Howard, who is so funny here. Like, he's only in 1 episode, but he just nails it. We've got Anthony Mackie, who gives one of his best performances here. Ice Cube does a really great job. Zac Efron is entertaining. Olivia Wilde. It's so funny because when Don't Worry Darling came out, there was lots of bad press surrounding her behind the scenes behavior. And they fully lean into that here. I do find it funny how she's written, but she also nails it from a performance point of view as well. Sarah Polley does a really good job. Greta Lee she's really good here as well. Owen Klein, he's funny in his minimal screen time. Nicholas Stoller, who directed Seth Rogen in Neighbors and Neighbors 2, he acts here, so it's funny that he's now an actor getting directed by Seth Rogen. But anyways, he's funny. But maybe one of my favorite cameos here is Martin Scorsese. He is so funny, and the final scene with him, he just plays it up so incredibly well, and he really stands out. So like, that's a lot of names. There's even more people I didn't mention, like Parker Finn, but everybody delivers here. And one thing I love about this show is I'm someone who loves movies. I pay attention to movie news. I know actors, I know directors, so this show just feels tailor-made for me. Like, I'm kind of curious to see how a normal person would react to it, because so much of the humor is inside baseball, but I thought it landed, and I love how the first 8 episodes really lean into the film aspect of this show, and then the final 2 episodes kind of turn into a typical Seth Rogen comedy, but a very funny one. But yeah, like, I do love how each week has this brand new situation that revolves around movies one way or another, and there's so many fresh ideas here, there's so many clever ideas here, but most importantly, this show is hilarious. I laughed out loud so many times while watching this season, and it just nails it from a comedic point of view. Like, there's one scene where he's dating a doctor, and he goes to this charity where there's a bunch of other doctors, and he's trying to convince them that film is important, and he's working on this one movie with Johnny Knoxville, and like, I actually unfortunately relate so much to that episode, but it's so funny. Like, this show just works so much for me. But I will say that the first 3 episodes, fantastic. Episodes 4 and 5, not bad, still decent. A little bit of a dip in quality if you ask me. And then it recovers shortly afterwards. So you could say this season is uneven, but at its very worst, it's still entertaining. And I do think this show is incredibly well directed by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. Like, this show kind of feels like Birdman. There are so many one-shot sequences, and I was impressed with the technical elements on display. The cinematography, the editing, the music. This show does have a distinct style. So it could have just been dumb comedy, but there is a level of artistry to it, which I think ties in thematically with this show. It also can be tense at times, and it can be very cringy, in a good way. So yes, I heavily enjoyed this show. I was just entertained from beginning to end. Everybody does a great job. It's incredibly well made, and it's so fucking funny. It's my type of humor, and once again, Dave Frankel he really stands out here. I will say that it kind of ends on a weaker note. Like, I wasn't really satisfied with the ending, but it's okay. I can forgive those issues, and I'm going to give The Studio Season 1 an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, The Studio Season 1. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.